Honkoya, natural Samaba, na Sawachi. Honkoya, natural Samaba, na Sawachi. Honkoya, natural Samaba, na Sawachi. Honkoya, natural Samaba.
I am more of fire and many added Bobiati. Obano one year, can't obey you, Sunawaka. Now this government today, Yakula.
Sauti Konkoya.
Nature say, oh, fire.
Yeah, about fire no pay. What Dwaboase of power 97.9. Some day. Ebiaba. Kwame Minkah ye. Ye pa abanya or what tema? And the man the before. And only abanya yana man for camphor. Not just in Ghana. If we are seeing Fananya, where you standard the daho. Abanya or what tema? A man for. Abanya ne suwon fa so. A man for no. Sa abanya no ye camphor. It is an impulsive one po. A trouble man penny. Then no master trainer say, you may indicted to moi. I was say, can be beach now. A Timodia Kosu Memuhano. In the age of limited access to information, Bibian went to be Ubayasa with this year. Ubet Medicine couldn't say with this year. Shall you be a Kosu Mepe? So Bakaya, Nanwa, ye said there be a Kosu Modam. Yenina Yatraho, your names are Kosu Modam Obama. Ah, your name say, ye baby, yan yensi, see, yan man for NCSC or Moho, yan baby for ama man for Ankotena, Wabra ye baby and Siono. Na ye man should chifa, Romua eswo. Na show betata man for fee, Franco for Noma, Sanko for Noma. What me fe? Shall ye be a sea war? Was our brayma? The man for a war. Eti how mu no mo pepanya umbetime free sa how any atiti ni mo no hwade bia electricity ni bi ekwaye afie no ba kono hwade we.
Yeah, this is the aftermath of the flood. Yes, the Akosombo Dam spillage. This is what is left for us now in the Volta region in a town called Mepe. Since this incident occurred till now, some of us have not gained access to our homes again. It's a devastating problem. And this household see the level of this water, and you could see the meter, but both the meter was all drawn in the water. And since then, till today that I'm talking to you, nobody is staying in this house. But ECG, who in collaboration with GRA, I will say is the cause of this problem, managed to read this meter, this debt meter, and got money for us to pay. They managed to read this month's bill. Meanwhile, the meter is spoiled. It's not functioning. Nobody is in the house. But they managed and brought bill to us. This is Ghana for you. No one is using the meter, even though it's not in power, it's not working. But they managed to bring us bill. I don't know.
And I mean, Kasapi, because one day video, because one day, Titi baby, na openya wa kasa wode ne bill no etre men kasa pi kwaso na video we ye fia ensuo fa no akoso mo na ye se da bie no ensuo fa efie yi ese mita no mita enya adwuma etale mita enya adwuma ECG fo etimi nya ho kowura efie already mita no e de ho bill e de abeto amanfo yi so eti enye me nwanwa se nra me hu graphic online say managing director ma electricity company of Ghana Samuel Dubik eye Mahama was say they say grad public events were jaiko public events we to say wedding a year ne ho kro no ba were jaiko because of doom so. He said when he attends events and the power goes off at the venue, almost everyone turns to look at him, hence making him feel uncomfortable. Bibi koso ECG hono. Ade abebo ama nyinam kane aba no. Ehɔ no ne ahia asɛm no. Enye nkɔfo ansuafo mu fie a ɛwɔ sɛ sabre yehu mu mmɔbɔ. Ɛna enye omo mfomsoɔ. Enye omo ɛna ka sɛ munkɔ bie esutade no ma ne mbɛfa omo. Enye omo na ka ye. Mo ana mo yɛ ahwɛhan, mo nim sɛ nsuo no ebɔ ma. Mo anya nsiesie, anya hoboaboa. Ɛna mama ade wei abeto amanfo na nnɛ nsɛnkyerɛne a ɛso bi maada ebi akopie wɔ nmɛpɛ. Brabahwɛ Facebook live power 979 nsɛnkyerɛne a ɛso bi maada wɔ man Ghana ebi apie wɔ mɛpɛ. Mita enya adwuma yɛtimi aberidi ɛde ho krata aba sɛ ka mu dinie only in Ghana. And it is not surprising that AC, under the leadership of a bunch of Nkofua, Omayo Madrin say, Womani a man for Ninokre. And Yawa, because a free shuro and Asania Bafomo, Ebra, Yentraso, a free shuro and Asania Abafomo, and Yawa, Opemwinankasa, one Ghana for Ninokre. Doyana Bedi a Chena, Yasi, we are seeing Yansa in our tribunal. Ono so ne Ghana fo ni eni nukre he omo ba ba mu foforo ne hwa ade bi omo ba ba mu foforo no sei ena na na ye bo eye Dr. Mamadou Baumia sei na na ye bo na ba so misamo ye mfiri mepe kakra ye nto aso omo ba ba mu foforo no sei na na ye bo Baumia ba so Baumia wo ye head of economic management team. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, State of the Nation's address tie di okafa no.
I'm glad to be able to report, Mr. Speaker, that the economic management team, under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist, Vice President Mahamadou Bawumia, has risen to the challenge, and the hard work is beginning to show positive results.
Show positive results. Yensen Tuntie Sabre no Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafo Diokafa Baumia ho as head of the economic management team. Here we me do ko baby. Here we.
I want all of us here to, and on behalf of my colleagues, say a very big thank you to the type of leadership the EMT has enjoyed from a chairman who is so involved in the work of he works like a member, like a secretary. Sterling quality, professionally excellent. So we are where we are because Dr. Baumia is putting up a very professional chairmanship with the EMT. And I pray that we continue to work together as a team.
Anchebia, Alan Kodjo Chamate, Brana, Omo Pre, your friend say, Frankatuni, Dibrewo, MPP Amanyo Kumuno, a bra one, Yenny Anuma, what TV3, Etina Secasino, Tie your Kafa, Baumia, Tie. Yeway, Alan Chamate, as I say, Omadaneno, Afra Frantono, the video ninja ready, a moment was one, Alan Chamate, Cotina TV3, Bo, a Yabaumia Basso. Can some hold off on home? That's why you'll be a born home or the empire. And I will confirm with you. As a question, and there will be able to and it's a trono mucha. Say, a year, Dr. Mamadou Baumia, near man of quine, and man in Fana Green Yajuma, near man of quine, and mano, and fa on one Casan and Niswa Dunu, and the economic management team, no, and Nimono. And then we are made by Chono should give you a confirmation. Say, from the president to Alan Martin through to Yao Osafo Mafo. Obia acknowledge the fact say Baumia na ye head of economic management team. Enkai ebra na eye NDC John Mahama mu free aban mu no. Kai say 2015 ye call IMF ehye say IMF ye projection say enu 2017 economy no be gina ne na so. Eti sa bra no sa economy na gina ne na so. Wabro maba aban mu foforo mu nya adwuma bia no. Eno ho asafo hene na na ye de bo Dr. Mahamadou Baumia. I don't know how to say na eye mampanyi nanado eka say stellar performance. I don't know how to say ya wasafo mafo ka say eye Baumia ba economic management team na on no ho hye adwuma yo ni mu bon ho moden kese bibia be dey ebe gina ne na so ena eka me no my Ghana ena ye sika asem anwe ne se ena eno ma nkwa no say Baumia ne na pamfo etwa mfonyi bi te se de ono Baumia no enam ne so won ka wo bi kura na saade we yaba ena ye de to ahodo abetoto yeso a Ghana fo ehuru omo ho ano no ena Baumia mo pepo mo nsa e de afiri ho ba look book no lie o ena techroma wo we empro mo ma menkai mo ebra no mo petumi e de afiri Ghana fo yensam tie de okafa eye eto ho tie Baumia on taxes tie de okafa.
The Ghana city has obtained all of these are hurting. They are hurting the economy. These taxes are hurting. And therefore, you are not going to get the growth. And when you don't get the growth, you will not get the revenue. And when you don't get the revenue, you go back to increasing taxes to get the revenue. And then you are in a cyclical downward spiral. And so they have it wrong. And we will change that particular policy. We will use the tax incentives to grow this economy.
And the tax incentives no so mo de be grow economy no. Eno ne momo to no. Eno ne ngusie kumo to no. Eno ne to a ye de ato enyinam kane sika so no. Eno ne to a yem percent ko ye nuanom ne ye namfo no e betuatua. Eno ka ne nyina boma eno nam 13 billion. Asa sika no ke betumi de aye bibi e wo man Ghana. E ba ye Ghana city na ho den na. Hwade bi ekoso in opposition. Wo kire mu kire se wo sika sem fapem. Emu nyedu ehun nye den a wo sika na ho den no ebe yi ama hwade we.
City has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. and the IGP has the keys. He's locked it up. The Ghana cedi has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of pricing, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for government is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The type of free fall that we are seeing with the cedi exchange rate is a vote of no confidence.
Yes. Said the cedi na ho ne te ba from no. Eno na yi aban na ma. Abre no opposition a wo petumi. Wo ba aban mu no di kan boy no. Yo di kan boy na ansara ubo we no. Wo ba aban mu no. Tie your kind bi o. Wo dey tie we.
The cedi has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. essentially we have arrested it. and the IGP has the key. She's locked it up.
And I want $1 back. We just see the Mako 12 cities 80 pesos. And Zana what you mean $1 back say $1 say ejina pain. They say we have 12 cities 80 pesos. And Zana ne Joe Biden mo $1 back say I pet. It is a say IGP in a way. Baumiano no oba bemo opposition any bra oba bemo. I say Edrum Bemben so be omo opposition was say NDC are buying no muntimin bostu of a single digit inflation. Eba no mabo said ye city na. Womuntimin ye emerson te yama ahoto ema o my Ghana. The sense almost was womuntimin bostu of a single digit inflation. Ye said you sika na some near the atotone.
Has the government achieved single-digit inflation?
Well, that is for everybody else to judge. My point.
Do you doubt that they have achieved single-digit?
My point is that the single-digit inflation that we are seeing is not consistent. In my opinion, humble opinion, that is not consistent with developments that we are seeing in the cost of living. You know, I mean, the single-digit inflation is supposed to be driven by food prices. So, you know, ask every, you know, woman, man who goes to the markets and ask about food prices between last year and this year and see how food prices have been increasing. My visits to the markets, whether it's in Malatar or Tamale or wherever, suggest that food prices are really going up. That is clear. I mean, in Bolga Market, for example, as I pointed out in my lecture, maize, a staple, maize, you know, where we eat chozafi every day for maize, went up by 60% within just the last year, more than 100% in Accra. I mean, you know, so the point is that when you look at the cost of living, you know, the benefits of a single-digit inflation rate doesn't seem reflected in the cost of living.
It's a Nadian about me, Abeka. Diane, a dean and Obeka. Ediafa a normal boy. Zebroya or boss who say, your tongue ever bogger to me. A dear no becca found. Body a boy. A diane boy. I would dinner so they can't say. Hey, and this year buying some money a single digit inflation. A diane boy that's your deal. A bro boy that's where that's your day. Body a boy, and that's your day. It's a dear about me, Abeka. So Abeka, it's a Nadia no Beka. And the after be a ye womb or my Ghana. Yan twasso. Na men cost one chow no many beer. Empo a man from Pokafa, Dr. Mamadou Baumia. Yentia Ura, Fifia Viquete. As Abre one general secretary. Emma NDC Amanu Kono. Poko Bobby our boy, yea. And the far Dr. Mamadou Baumia. Ghana, Mampenia Bediache, away.
When you ask them why is the economy the way it is, they say, no, it's because of Russia and Ukraine. It's because of COVID. They don't have the capacity to say it is because of our mismanagement. Because you are put in charge of the economy a vice president who is simply an empty barrel, who speaks a lot but cannot perform. What a solid team! What a solid team! Not knowing it was not a solid team at all. It was a bunch of empty barrels who make all the noise, but when it comes to performance, nothing to write home about.
No be a kasa. For my Ghana sikasamo. Nanu a jampi enimni ye kasa ye. O che say. So my Ghana sikasamo. Ebesa gina ne naso biewa. Eje mfie aduasa ne etire. Besamo mam ye Kufuado video no bra na wakasa o State of the Nations address. Me pesa me de mensa etire obi so kirewo. Sa bra na Kufuado President Kufuado. Wo boba omia abaso no. No panyin bi wo Ghana ha. No tene nchen. Sa bra no wono na Chief Justice. Oh. Chief Justice here tene nchen. Mame Sofia Kufo. Nanu ya aban na nado danko akufo Ghana mampanyi beka tell say there shall be no haircut yemfa yensa enka omo wa homegie mu esika wa bre ka be do man Ghana so e wo se ye e kansi esie wo be hye sa abo no wo dane ne ho a na mampanyi one na pafo ne ba homia mo wo be di omo sako ka omo sika e ma me akufo wotena finance ministry one Ghana fo mpanifo ahodo a wo ma ye adwuma asomo man a omo ankasa sika da baabi a omo de investment ye ma no kotena finance ministry emo de abufuo ekasae ma amanfo omo bata aban yi ho ebe yi ano mo nso sande mema wo mo e ka na adwen e de kire omo ebra na ba ye ba omi aba so no little did she know say mera bi beba ye betam eye apaso eyi wan ne de yiriti ama ne tiri ho abeda mpan little did she know ejenna brand communications officer sameja fiti yenim ha na wo kire say ba omi awo my Ghana sika amana akoto amana donko no me ye sure say brand na wutie no ekirigie bi amem tie we
ya was a Ghana for you tuato obi aso ni wo tuato a opede one de was e tua there was a to a nyansa wom sebi wa ebetumi di sika bi abro man no then shedan fa ho kire bebre nkoto ahia force wa eto asumu o mo de be sebi nyansa be no ngusie ise de ma taxe e levy yare akra mo de ho tax aba ngusie so mo de ho tax aba ngusie to bida o man bia o de to ato ngusie so bia no or alternative so mama mfro car e use diesel and petrol because e de ngusie ba na e de ngusie so ba affect the environment nti mo mfro electric cars nti uko US uko UK uko abrochire Europe nyina you were in electric cars. So what take be friend Tesla.
That's right.
Electric cars.
Elon Musk.
And everywhere you go in the US, there are many charging points. Because car electric car and use petrol, use diesel and produce musie. But we are in a deep hole. Ghana be ye Ghana be boa. Jina decision be taken the 7th December. So. Now, clearly, the two main contenders here, the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Bawulaya. Fine. What's our two Abamano? Etia. Edikai. Why now be to me Ajinedi? Who can you trust? You can trust John Mahama. John Mahama will not lie for power. Make it 2016. When there was pressure, we see me allowance, we see me pay way. There were those who said, John Mahama, just promise them that you will pay. May 2020 campaign area manifesto. Mantiana, you woman and a power. Yet to be called Uluman. Yes, so free and Kabianka free way in here. No way. That's not how I was brought up by my father E. Mahama. What I can't do, I won't promise. What I know I cannot do. Fine. But never. Go and check our manifesto. Even now, even though he wants power, I won't make reckless promises because I want power. I won't make reckless promises. Concrete rules. I train over here. I train over here. So you can trust John Mahama. His track record is there. I can't trust Bawumia.
Yes, you're manning in a juma.
Bawumia track record near economy and I ball economy. Bawumia track record near an economy. I ain't been to AK. Was he ain't been in a juma?
Yes.
Bawumia say
that's what the
it is. Would you try one problem?
Would try one problem? And you can't should be a problem for fraud. And you see, a trobia may assure say so, Baumia Bessa Subio. A trotting nada beneath Futrobio Mutai, a tugi and so, and say, Mama Bino, a jacka. Mama Bino, a say, oh my gun, a sick as no more but 2 cat, a byway. Yan what I canono. Benra, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and ya dad ye. Edia dansidie wetu wa wuji achini biano wetu akwa cheke edia dansidie chire mu chire se wenjaka in fact oja omusika ye wen
Let's talk about the mess John Mahama left us, the economic mess he left us. I mean, let's just go down a comparison lane. When I left office, the debt to GDP was 57%. Today, the debt to GDP is more than 100%. It means if you take all Ghana's GDP and you turn it into money, you use it to pay all our debts, and you still owe 3%. Our debt to GDP was 57%. And the optimum GDP for middle-income countries that is recommended by the IMF is 60%. So we're even under the recommended debt to GDP. When we left office, the budget deficit was 6.6%. Today, the budget deficit, it even went to 15%. It has now started dropping. When we left office, inflation was 15.5%. Inflation under this government went to 54%, and is only now dropping. It's about 30%. When we left office, cocoa production was 960,000 metric tons. And we went for syndication loan of $1.8 billion, brought $1.8 billion into this country. Today, cocoa production is under 500,000 tons. And when they went for syndication, they got only $800 million. At 8%, we got 1.8 billion at 2%.
It's your idea about me about Becca. You be 4 lines. Ghana for 5. In the face of all these evidence, Ghana I go through tax crisis, exchange rate crisis. A man for get rashe. Ghana for near Juma ye. And about me Becca head of economic management team. What for so dia say minimum say and namne so near Drew baby a dream. First caller. Hello morning.
Hello morning.
Would you baby a free? Abu Yetio.
Now, who you there? Probable voices carrying in a year tree. As some men of Yarabeca. From Yanni, she saw the Cabaret Panatel. And some of what can come on. I'm not for the association with the one jacka. Because I didn't change. I mean, you're 1,300 and it's Atano. Only I'm not Nagan and Sam Brandon. Now, I deal with my own kind of Nagan point.
I say Abu Kokomlemle and I'll tell you can 020-898-4166 020-898-4166 and 050-000-0257. Hello morning.
Good morning, sir.
What do you know, baby? I'm free. Okay, it's you.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, only as some beer, Wabaka, Ghana for. Any active, Piano, personally, I doubt the study any active. Yeah, my fine, Mobu, to be from Guyani. Ghana for a man, near the old kind, near Twabanama, John Dramani, Mahama.
All right. Yo, Madam Sekwaku, so Abaso, I'll bet you watching 020-898-4166 and 050-000-0257. Hello, morning. Yeah. Yeah, kwasi it you.
Commander, wouldn't be. And but when me assemble open over can me basic toilet amamu. Sebi. Will be 24 hours economy. We need the papa. Yeah, the more my Ghana so Kata over Ghana TV Kremamu because we need this one. The more my Ghana. I'll go pen by Bintra. I said the IS here. Then I'm 2024. The only say you
that's it. No 020-898-4166 and 050-000-0257. You got the next caller. Hello, morning. Hello. I'm say Onia Humano so also bet my friend 020-898-4166. Hello, morning.
Morning, sir.
Would you know baby I'm free?
Medini great. We can say estate.
Great estate. Estate in the said also a moody here.
Nero Destiny.
You're great, yet you.
Hey, and then my yamo. Kwame Minkah.
What them yet you?
And Kwaku, when I say, if I did it in Sour.
What's the young fatty?
If I did it in Sour, who found the Bamian before the year, as long as
okay, dear, none of pay. Radio so castle, Miss Ramada. Yeah, I drink to why? My teacher and come on any year, and dear bar. Casana Yana and Shady. Hello, morning.
Hello.
Would you know baby of free? Yeah, don't capa with you and a baby of free.
Maybe a question because every Kumasi.
A Brazil Sukumasi, the assassin, Kumasi Brono Beso.
We Kumasi Ablepo Highways.
Kumasi Ablepo Highways. But Yamunina, yet you. Was it yet you? Them.
Before I will me about our bandy. It's all about the cafe. The Omega and Papa Pia and Frank, many a dragon. Emma, there's a mamma to son. Here, 2 4, the 2 4 14 50%. These Angalon. And then, oh, Paumian will Kufado, but catching a sense. These are body. And then, these are. Could do you to me talk. Many a dragon. To me talk. So, quite my prayer. Then it's time to quite my. They told him I could rather fool about. And you fool about it, all those are the small, now it's 1 hour to damage. For the fool, dear Blenheim. Everybody did. Why you're not just about a boy, and you will be cool and not a boy of Cornwall in the bush of war.
And that's it. Don't so afraid. Young for your chat to nothing, and the Tonton Sansan at war. Question you busa. Simple. Doctor Otukono Soba, Peter Bomo Otukonoba. Same question you busano. A dear bune about me, Ebeka. Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Would you know baby of free?
Banjo Medivia, allowed you to your bush. Brother for 1 hour, allowed you to see.
Allergy at you.
First of all, let me send my greetings to you and entire listeners for the country, especially my senior brother, Honorable Alaji. Let's speak with facts. When we talk about our northern brother, Dr. Mahmoud Bawe, have nothing to say. We have nothing to say in this country. Because the person who died in the market, we don't need to announce his prayer. We all know what Bawe did for the country. We all know Bawe. He's just a pure liar. So Bawe have nothing to do. If Bawe will come and say something, he should come and announce in random group. Because your party have constitution. Gotten to 12 months. You need to have a random meet. You don't have a random meet and you say you want to talk about what? Digitalization or CD into dollars. So we don't need.
He says he's presenting his vision, his new vision. It's a new face.
It is life. Because if you have that new vision, you will put that new vision into what? Maybe things will change. But Bone doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any vision again. The vision is collapsing the country, broken MPP into peace. So I pray for the Bone, he should break the MPP into peace. Because this type of wicked leaders, and we stay with them.
All right. Thank you, Alaji. Sounds so afraid. I bet you are doing. Yeah, the may my drink channel, but you see her. And I face so most of my drink channel, yeah, this year, at least for now. Yeah, but Kwame Minkah, and Professor Emmanuel Opokuwari, our financial analyst and our economist. Yeah, no, about Chicken Kobo. As an economist, as a financial analyst, or show my Ghana Sika Semua, a dear Biona, head of economic management team, a betima car, a betimi at Tresse. Yewo, a dream pa, and my economy now. You bet me doom pempenswa, Bessania na wode, because you can suffer economy. Sabre, a two panye at the chrono, and I'm a 2 baby benti, and no more bonso costro. And I'm said no more bonso costro. I'm on mine wire ding. Look, only good to forecasta, only faba forecasta, only TUC forecasta, or be a complaining. the same fato na me de ma no na na obi ka bi a wato afiri amano ne wode bedru eye pot etu edaso no o kan nyina boma na wode toto sika wode to ka na etu no a waka bom no ne bo no edoso chen ka ne bo na ankasa that is a level I drew so mine about my Ghana yesika sema level I drew no and economists no so be catch us say every August 2022 your be composite index of economic activity and no ma ya ye e wo man mu e fa yesika sem ho e kire say sika sem na ekosoro no e record negative let us say ya mo bra bia etimi bua ma yesika sem ye dey enyini. Meanwhile, a braba umia, a war opposition, was Shabba catcher say, on my Ghana economy, no, another crown as I say, was a Yatiqua economy, a gorgeous back economy. Baumiana, Nanado Trump for each year, say, one on Yan Sanina, a shiny three catcher say, obey ye free, at to watch your baby bemu, and Yeura and feeding you my yomu, Nanumu, and ye benya ye sick free. It's a dear Naba, a dear nurse. And as I say, a two try and when she has to the sense, and was ye kumompo, and a twat to shop. And you know, can you see a tria? Obia a light bulb barco, fridge barco, TV barco, and Ukrano, and I'm saying, you many were Dabia one in Nanamno, 1 time to the then ya chrono, yet the enginam can ya talk a barber tonoso. When yet more than idea, Yaquaman, so Professor Emmanuel Pokuare, a financial analyst, economist. And then come Prof. You watch my quaba.
Well, maybe so.
What to be a year woman, dear Bion about me, I bet you my car. A bet me, dear Richard Mwaba.
When you are that, the black thing I said, I said, here for you now. Those about me was in Yamano to me, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. President, the mandate constitution and so far, 1 more year, Jumano. As a more a fear watching on my room. And see, as you may be on my ABR services on a president and I or power set within 2 presidents enough for those say it will be 2 for upon our finance of our own fact. I said, President not trust no the media or be fact.
But Prof to wo, as an over to us. Say you know, ya de kasa be a president in the kind bra or opposition in the bay juma. Say, Yesika Semna Sabra and Womusu Yemuno, name Kayeno, and into no de Baumieba. See, ya dear no yes should ya. And no be better about the catcher say, the Baumia air cassa, and now watch your drink, and now we'll 2 Anamombi after Yesika Semwa. Will be better messing the quam.
And that's the question, say, will be better in the say. On 2 and I'm moving physical. They ain't so we with machine fine. Person a day in the system. They ain't president between the quiet say, oh, my vice president, or the credibility, or the knowledge, or the experience in economic management. So, Wabwa African Development Bank, Wabwa IM paying, Wabwa Ghana, Bank of Ghana paying in the economic management, especially the monetary aspect. So, it says, our family no be here, man. Again, tell which me for me from the to say to as a parent in the vice president. As a dean here, president in Manakwanya say, you will mammy now, we mammy economy no. Me short to be a me short to be an about this one, but the economy in Ekobasa.
But Prof, a bit my bassa.
Me short to open star. I said, be an Kagana come and I say bassa. But we are no one meeting me and Sunday night month to ye. Nam coming on a year bassa. It's be a mimic and one.
Hello, Prof. Hello, Prof. I said, Nahomano said, yeah, is it just here? More money in a year, my now intimate in year and common. A dear Biona Baumia Betimaka. What baby I yet dream? For the past 72 hours, our pro government media houses. And the better about things say, at one, Yadia Twainam Caniasono, Yakosi, Jina Yebiwo, cabinet say, ye from Bessin, oh, Piani Waba Bonting, Abagas and Pampas, Adiano, a course. And look, about way FAC a threat of a demonstration at the free TUC and a public sector workers union. Woman so by a public sector workers union on the 13th of February, yeah, and on mobile yomodia. TUC is so may omodia. A bit of motis asem no pet and on mobile bunting. For media issue, and it travel when you say ye is out one everyone. Yabako Manasoni and a prof Akasa under an IMF program. IMF nation and him say, what bet you say, William said, yes, Dwaboase Cano. So the two of you say, bah, who bet you go see in a yet to an Amaga say, and to an be everyone. Who bet you are Bibisa? It's a dear bill and about me a barbecue. A dear bill and about me a way. A dear bill, Prof. About Manaso. Prof, yan twan komo no so na o ka bibi.
I'm say. Obi wa regime say na ku for ka so wa say wo Dr. Bawumia so bo won manage the economy ni yi. Me you say president wa adwen say on my vice president na M1 no. So I think the vice president has played a role in the economic management. He's the chairman of the economic management team who advised, though it's a subcommittee. The management is a subcommittee almost two presidents not for, almost 2 minutes are not for. But it played a major role. It is the economic system, the only will be a president, vice president can be. What I would say is that the vice president, they have almost 8 months or 9 months left. Akasebia, minor, if it's what Banana will be free, so and also by hand over 2025, February. And so, the economy is a Yafa, we have to Yapa went to Yanamana Basta, and here, one more day, say, Woman, ye. What do you mean free the system?
Yeah.
What do you mean even the governance system? What do you mean free because it's part of cabinet? The book cabinet, the moon, minister of your cabinet, the end of the America say, Dr. Honorable Alan Chairman, he was part of the government. Or minister, he can't know a part of the government. He was a trade minister or cabinet. Those in won't free. Son of vice president, honorable president, the only business or member of or a cabinet member or what is saying economic management team chairman okay major rule so what kind of so much I know my guy say be carry one so na gada point na so or no kwa say aduma na yere ma so me kwa president am na anye yes adia how the economy is and how they are going to use to manage it within the next 9 months to make sure that Ghanaians get a very better economy for our life. Sorry, me tell no.
Etibiti wasia ene ya wanya akwenya yi. Se na obi twintwa na namu a. Wanya akwenya so betima ka on.
Yes, o meka se bia president twintwa ma namu de beka so omunye na o manye na economy ne bia ye on this level a. E bia ye complaining and I say bia what ye making sure say bia ye be wa. Yes, I dey o meka se o meka ho bi. But me say na kaka na aka. You betuma bo ma economy na na so ama because 1 2 3 9 to ye. Yes, Adia. For me, sincerely, I don't know what he's going to say. It's true. But I say, now me a member of economic management team, now me a vice president, me call cabinet. Maybe we can say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and economy no. It's not a nice so. Or my minister and president and then what you have to. That kind of thing, you know, I'm part. Man, you must be a vice president. I say the man no. I mean, the president number 1 year, man.
Benukra wa ya wadi nukra because Prof. Kwame Minkah wadi in 2018 State of the Nations Address, President Akufo-Addo kasa eye Bawumia aba so no boy yese enam ne nsa no adwumanti and on my Ghana sika se megina ye. Na no ya alanchamaten ene ye nuanom TV3 edi nkomo me pese wutie nia wakafa Bawumia ho ne yemfa ni nkomo bi.
Is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity to run this country. The man is tired. There's nothing new he can do. And that's a fact.
Prof, what you asama?
They don't mind that speech in the
And the energy.
Me here. Now, also, say President Nama, Vice President, all the opportunity. Let's give the Vice President the benefit of the doubt. So I say no. Let's also say to be an honor Samantemka or Muslim now or Kaboni Slim Nawaka. Because you have the political power. If you ever only ever President or Bakasa, Nedema is 210. Others say, all the Kasa Ghana for the Vice President now, Ghana for the man and I may go on and I don't know. One man of crime, mind, Yajumano. The economy in the Senate about from now. I said I have taken a crack. If you have been saying you can make your mind, then it's be your man, Jimmy, Zabasa. You want opportunity now, make my end better. And I say, oh, now make our own. I run the economy, president, my opportunity, but no one be until 1 2 years. If you are 9 months now, cannot. Maybe you should have made about the economy level to say that's why I'm going to unpack. No 1 to 2 years. Maybe I got a funny idea. Other than that, when it comes to the economy, they are fine. No. Ghanaian would be, I mean, that's my view. But me, I would say, yeah, normal air to kick a cracker. Suddenly, nobody touch our big room. But I got to, was a man, the Oko Roman, no, or dear to the Norman. The Biami cassette, me cassette, for say, I did find a task, you know. And I did Ghana, and Africa, when you have to task the penna, if you have work also. So as I went to the task, I you have to be very careful. Oh, it's a character. The character of taxation is very critical for price of goods and services and life of people. Tax, you do taxation or say the people have to accept it, have to embrace it. So now the tax that I used to be blaming a critic and no cocoa be a bocosro where the VAT however to normal 70% on electricity will be also issue electricity. Who will be store say the free GCI. Make the boom no air condition. Fridge in a minute. Me store one of our normal name. So if you are not critical, what does government need? Yes, you acquire MFCC, IMF, one of the IMF is come by the economy. Come. You acquire MFCC on the first year, but second year, the balance has 2,000. But you can be blaming for movement. I hear even some FPP people are complaining about this VAT. So, and no, in fact, for me, sincerely, it's not about me. I have to work very hard with the president. So, it's all about power there. Just have to be honest to them. If they want to come to power, then they have to make sure that they work very hard, make sure that the economy is stable. That's how to say no more air corporate, air control, batabasano. And they control. Yes, idea. They should forget it.
But hold, Prof, last question. At the end, I say we crampo kafa baumia and modern more. I mean, social tax waiver. I buy introduce and I say a tax exemption. How do I introduce now? You cut to the tune of 13 billion comparatively to 12 baby. They are to Ghana for so. At the end, the kafa baumia any way in the modern more our Ghana economy in this world.
One of the problems why I say that's reading there, and I say even Jerry Kwana, Jerry now. Economic, finance minister and ethical management. They don't work hard. I'm surprised they can't focus on Jerry. It's kind of what they do, but they make sure that we audit it. You see, some person can't ever Jerry and one or more council to the government. You know, Jerry, when you go to you want to get, but our answers are all man. They can't go with you, but they can't account for it for Ghanaians. Who is our the task not to Ghana also? Now, so we say, obi ti baby na o ji Ghana politica di o ji scan o lu yes scan o ji scan o wia the president no kwatla butire so yare no kwatla butire o na Jerry boss na o tu kwan o ko program na nipa so na ye chia tax nipa so te makola market awiam aboso ka na me ko aboso ka ko first pass na hwe mo butire ne ayi fo butire awiam o to no akodi o mota uwia na o kwatla butire say o ho menet scan o mu wia scan you have to audit it nipa do na so mu chia tax o mu chia. And so you can hear the union as well as the increasing taxes. So Ghana, I may say, if you're able to account for the tax I had, Ghana, Jerry, you say account for one by one to the number of tax around for a year. You know that guy because he increasing taxes probably.
Anyway,
can go waste. Okay. Very well. About me and his group has to look into it. Very well. And then they should advise, Jerry for it was kind of a career. They don't account for it. They mismanage the money before they do a buying coffee. So, now the tax have between the panels. Oh, Ghana depends on which tax for Munchia. You want to for when your businesses, politicians are where businesses go more by money. They don't even pay the actual taxes so much. Now more from you know. When you're dying to be Timos or any to be there in Moscow, now what the task exist in the Amano.
Very well, Prof.
The government has to be very serious on this revenue generation.
That's right. Prof, Meadows, the fancy at least for now, and Kaino, and Medipamon, you bet me at Twasso, and what you made use. Meadows, a pan over Professor Imano Opoku, a financial analyst, sounds here economist, on GRS, I'm not Kaino. I want to be your auditing. I want to be more contact. Now, your dad no cry no ye kasa ye busa question say da ben no di mfia di osiampo want to be musa akonta no so are you surprised so want to be proper auditing abusia han ye de Tonton Sansan no beto de na ba omi awoka hwi
aman ya maya ayo enyo ya ne wom e peso bia ba adwabo na sibi na asem ye wo bia mu oka na man ye kunsum yemfa mu mai motrobodo yemfa mu mai mosempa